They have ice, watermelon.
I love you, my boy. Taping, my son, never.
Parents are all the same when it comes to vaping. None of them think their child is doing it. You've just missed the tobacco industry's greatest scam. And it's happening right under your nose. You think it's someone else's kid, but look closely and see the signs.
Guns up. Duh.
The tobacco industry is targeting our children with its gadgets and glamour. New products with the same dangers.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Nutrition in collaboration with the Caribbean Development Bank and the Inter-American Development Bank.
Cette lisi, nou pa jamais fait pour rester tranquille. Pas tout jour, pas toute la semaine, pas distant la vie qu'a passé nous. À présent, levez du bout. Marchez en commis nous. Logez corps en place travail. Pour marche là, danser à cuisine nous. Bonne corps avec gens travail. Bonne corps avec moun en commis nous. Bonne corps avec issue. Parce que 5 minutes, pas trop petit. Chao besoin, sans besoin. Li de ou besoin. Tout ti marché ka leve koa. Chaque mouvement ka goumen kote, pressure, sick, stress, fatigue. Sa pa ni rien pour faire ek moun ka ale en gym. Sa ka konsene nou tout. En travail, en l'école, en kaila, en tout commune. Nou pa ni pour espérer plus tard. Ou pas besoin temps, ou besoin mouvement. Leve, debout. An nou ale. Cette lisi en mouvement.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Nutrition in collaboration with the Caribbean Development Bank and the Inter-American Development Bank.
Time check brought to you by Massey Home, your way to a beautiful home.
You're watching Choice TV, the people's choice for TV. This segment of the news brought to you by Bank of St. Lucia, all the bank you need.
Hello everyone, welcome to Choice News Now Prime. I am Kishana Smith sitting in for Shane Cherry. Watch the broadcast live on our Choice TV Facebook page, Choice TV SLU, and our YouTube channel at Choice TV St. Lucia, or listen to the simulcast on Liberty Radio 92.3 FM. In the news tonight, Minister Lisa Joahir challenges cultural double standards and calls for greater trust in female leadership. Over 100 young St. Lucians graduate from the NSDC Bothamja Foundation Youth Exploring Skills Summer Camp. 3 Grozile brothers continue community tradition through Youth Summer Camp, supported by Right St. Lucia. And the news from the region, reports reveal urgent repair requests and equipment failures before Guyana's MV Barama tragedy. In our top story tonight, despite the growing achievements of 2 women across St. Lucia, questions remain about whether female leaders are given the same level of trust, support, and recognition as their male counterparts. Minister Lisa Joahir is challenging what she describes as a persistent cultural double standard, calling for a shift in attitudes toward women and girls and greater confidence in their ability to lead. Phoebe Popo begins our newscast.
Do we truly believe in our women, or are we paying lip service while withholding real confidence in their capability? They are earning degrees at record rates, leading households and steering major organizations. Yet, for many St. Lucian women, professional and personal success is still met with widespread cynicism. Despite breaking barriers across every sector, women and young girls regularly find their capability questioned, their authority challenged, and their achievements talked down on. Speaking on this pervasive dynamic, Minister Lisa Jawahir highlighted how societal conditioning continues to hold women back, not from a lack of talent or effort, but from a reluctance by society to place real faith in their potential. Undeterred by those double standards, Jawahir pointed to her own leadership at the helm of the Ministry of Agriculture, doubling down on her pledge to modernize the sector, strengthen food security, and deliver on every milestone outlined for her ministry.
There's a conversation that young women are undeserving of any political portfolio. So I was not watching this interview, but somebody told me that some minister, former minister who's been out of politics for about 20 years, made some comment about whether I'm best fit. And, you know, it's very mind-boggling that still in this day and age, we don't have confidence in young people, we don't have confidence in young women and young girls, that they are able to achieve what it is they want to achieve.
Highlighting major milestones set by women across St. Lucia and the Caribbean, Jawahir noted that their track record speaks for itself.
The African Academy for Women in Political Leadership, the inaugural cohort, was launched in Kigali, Rwanda last week. And out of 1,400 women, 40 were chosen globally to represent their countries. St. Lucia and St. Kitts were chosen to represent the 6th region, which is the diaspora. So to be called upon, and we did not apply, but they handpicked us, to be called upon by the African Union, the UNDP, the UN, the African Women Leadership Network, who have recognized the work that you're doing in your region, and to be recognized outside is really eye-opening that to this day, we don't have the confidence that these same persons were recognized to be able to sit at tables with chief justices and former presidents of republics, that we don't believe that they can lead. Minister
Jawahir reaffirmed that her primary mandate remains driving the Ministry of Agriculture forward and delivering on its long-term strategic goals for the nation.
It's not my business for me to engage in that level of gutter politics. I know we've only been in office for about 6 months. I'm laser focused. My eye is on the prize of ensuring that whilst we have 10 pillars that we presented to the people of St. Lucia as it relates to self-sufficiency and establishing our food security, if we are able to achieve 6 or 7 or 8 of that, that is a remarkable improvement.
Whether breaking ground in agricultural policy or challenging deep-seated cultural biases, Minister Jawahir maintains that real change happens when vision is backed by action. For her ministry, the work continues. For society, the challenge to truly believe in its women remains. Reporting for Choice News Now, I am Phoebe Popo.
For the 5th consecutive year, Right St. Lucia is helping students prepare for the new school year by providing much-needed school supplies. Under the leadership of Venus Cherry, the organization has mobilized support from local donors, the private sector, and St. Lucians in the diaspora to provide textbooks, backpacks, and other essential learning materials, helping students return to the classroom with greater confidence and readiness. Sienna Dalso tells us more.
Throughout the month of August, Right St. Lucia has been running a back-to-school support initiative from the Groselia Human Resource Development Center, offering textbooks and backpacks filled with school supplies to families who need to lighten the burden of preparing for the next school year. Now in their 5th year rolling out the initiative under Venus Cherry's presidency, he says that finding support sometimes proves difficult.
It's a matter of writing proposals early to reach out to corporate St. Lucia and private individuals to see what remnants of the budget is remaining after Carnival, and to see who is ready and willing to educate, to assist when it comes to educational necessities. It's a little difficult most times. People will think that most people will jump on board and say, oh yeah, it's for education, but it's not really the case. So it's like pulling teeth to really get sponsors. But fortunately, we have a network outside of St. Lucia as well, people in the diaspora in America and UK and so forth, Canada.
The initiative tends to be upheld most strongly by individuals and enterprises at opposite extremes of fortune in St. Lucia.
It's funny enough, you'll find individuals who may be struggling themselves are the ones ready and willing to donate and contribute whatever they can. So we're very grateful for the partners that we have, like M&C Drugstore, who we partner with every year to make this happen. All the bags we get are from M&C. Basically, they give us all the bags at cost price. So I know they're taking a significant loss, but I think this process and this activity initiative is very important to them. And so we get transport and all kinds of bags, pretty much at cost price. And
Hundreds of households have already benefited from this year's iteration.
thus far, we've given out close to, if not more than 500 school bags. And we are over this 2 weeks of August. And we are expecting to give out a lot more until the 30th of August. Every day we come here, parents show up from Vieux-Fort, Soufrière, Canaries, all over, and they're in need of assistance. So we try to provide. Currently, we're only doing 1 bag per family. But there are people, as we know, have 2, 3, 4, 5 children. So usually around the last week of August is when we'll circle back and try to offer a little more assistance to someone who may have received the bag. So we may give a family 2, we may give 1, 3, based on supply.
As it's only mid-August, there's still time for books and supplies to be donated to extend the reach of this initiative to even more children in need of support. Rise St. Lucia and their volunteers are proud to be of service to communities and students throughout St. Lucia on Mondays to Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Grizzly HRDC. For Choice News Now, I am Sienna Dalso.
St. Lucia and Cuba are preparing to mark 2 significant anniversaries celebrating the long-standing ties between the 2 countries, as well as a milestone honoring the life and legacy of Cuba's national hero. In an exclusive interview with Choice TV, Cuban ambassador to St. Lucia reflected on the importance of the upcoming observances and invited friends and supporters to join in the commemorative activities. Here's Sienna Dalso once again with the details in this report.
The Cuban Embassy in St. Lucia, its partners and allies will soon be celebrating the anniversaries of Fidel Castro's birthday, the establishment of diplomatic relations between St. Lucia and Cuba, and the establishment of the St. Lucia-Cuba Friendship Association. Ahead of the event, which will be held at the Finance Administrative Center at 3 p.m. on Saturday, the 15th of August, Choice TV spoke with Cuba's ambassador to St. Lucia, Janielis Vilma de Hueferos Linares, on what each of these milestones represent to the government and people of Cuba. Thursday, the 13th of August, 2026, marked the 100th anniversary of Fidel Castro's birth. The ambassador described this milestone as one that inspires reflection on not only his leadership of the Cuban Revolution, but his contributions to liberation struggles in the Caribbean, the wider Americas, and Africa. This anniversary comes in a year marked by significant challenges for Cuba.
Remembering Fidel has a special connotation. Remembering his ideas, remembering his ethics, remembering his way of living and going and moving forward even in difficult situations gets a great connotations for Cubans and all for other peoples in the world.
Hueferos Linares points to developments in health, education, and sports as examples of Caribbean excellence.
Last week, the Central American and Caribbean Games ended in Santo Domingo. Cuba got the 3rd place, even in the difficult situations we have nowadays in Cuba, due to the multi-crisis for the economic, financial, and commercial blockade, and reinforced with the energetical blockade, we were able to get the 3rd place in the Central American and Caribbean Games with more than 100 medals, 51 gold medals.
The ambassador expressed her gratitude to the government and people of St. Lucia for maintaining nearly 15 years of diplomatic relations since the 23rd of August 1979. She proudly reflected on nearly half a decade of cooperation in health, education, and sport, which was still preceded by people-to-people relations.
It's been 47 years of uninterrupted diplomatic relations, bilateral relations, and not only based on the Caribbean integration and on the relations between governments, but also on the relations between peoples. It is not new for you that we are joined in history, in blood.
Hueferos Linares commended the work and solidarity upheld all throughout the history of the St. Lucia-Cuba Friendship Association since its establishment on the 28th of August 2005. Describing them as close friends of Cuba, she extended a special invitation to the St. Lucian public, members of the St. Lucia-Cuba Friendship Association, Cuban residents, and persons who graduated from university in Cuba to join Saturday's celebrations. For Choice News Now, I am Sienna Dalso.
Coming up, over 100 young St. Lucians graduate from the NSDC Botham Jean Foundation Youth Exploring Skills Summer Camp. And 3 Grizzly brothers carry on a tradition of community giving through their own youth summer camp. These stories and more coming up after the break. Stay with us, the news continues.
It's all about you and the dreams you've believed, how you made your way ahead, all the goals you have achieved.
All along the way, you've been a partner so true, all the way you've seen me through.
We're all the bank you need. It's still about you and the life you're shaping now, all the doors that open wide, every step, every vow.
All along the way, you'll be a partner so true, all the way you've seen me through.
We're all the bank you need. We're the Bank of St. Lucia, so bank on your future. We're the Bank of St. Lucia, all the bank you need.
Celebrating 25 years strong. Bank of St. Lucia, all the bank you need.
In the blink of an eye, the rain can transform everything. St. Lucia's rainy season is growing more intense, bringing floods, landslides, and damage to our homes and infrastructure. Flooding can damage our water supply, making clean water hard to find when we need it most. But we can prepare. Keep our waterways clean, keep drains clear, install and protect your water tanks, and collect potable water. Wasco is on the front line, ready to protect our water. But we need your support to keep our system strong. Water is life. Let's protect it, secure our water, and secure our future. For more information, call 457-3900 or visit wascostlucia.com.
Welcome back. More than 100 young St. Lucians are better equipped with practical hands-on skills following the conclusion of this year's Youth Exploring Skills Summer Camp. The joint initiative of the Botham Jean Foundation and the National Skills Development Center culminated on Thursday, August 13th, with graduation ceremonies held at the NSDC centers in Bizet and Vieux Fort, celebrating the achievements of participants and the skills gained throughout the program. Phoebe Popo reports.
From electrical installation and digital media to culinary arts and barbering, teenagers aged 12 to 17 spend their summer turning passion into practical proficiency. On Thursday, August 13th, over 100 young participants gathered at the National Skills Development Center's campuses in Bizet and Vieux Fort for a grand graduation ceremony. The annual Youth Exploring Skills Summer Camp, a vital partnership between the NSDC and the Botham Jean Foundation, aims to empower youth, drive social justice, and provide real-world opportunities across communities. Desma Charles, Director and Secretary of the Botham Jean Foundation, shares the duration of the camp and the success over the years.
This is our 6th year into the Botham Jean Foundation's Botham Jean Youth Exploring Skills program. It's a summer program designed for young people where they can explore their skills in cake and bread and pastry making, also digital media, and also cosmetology. We are excited to see that so many young people every year continue to show an interest in enrolling in this program. And we just had the closing ceremony where approximately 100 students received the certificates of completion of this program in these 3 areas. And we are very pleased to see that so many young people are finding it necessary to educate themselves in not just academics, but in the vocational studies, such as these three areas that I mentioned. The young people seem very excited to take this qualification, this certificate, and use it as a stepping stone into something greater, into something that they can become in their career, in their entrepreneurship. So we are very happy that the program has ended successfully for the 6th annual year.
The director noted that strong participant engagement in these qualifications creates great momentum heading into the upcoming year.
We saw that over the years the program got more popular, and students in the South expressed their interest in enrolling in this program. And for that reason, we expanded the program to the North and the South. So we are happy that the program is successfully closing today, and students are receiving their certificates, which will qualify them to take their education, their vocation further.
The NSDC training manager emphasized scaling training to more students to maximize participant impact.
This time around, we ensured to number one, ensure that we had training extended to the south of the island. It was not our first time, but we wanted to improve that component. We also wanted to ensure that the students coming in received a more impactful training program, especially as it related to the life skills program that we have at the NSDC. And also with the technical training, you saw that the trainers are persons who are highly skilled, highly qualified, and persons who are very patient and very interested in the well-being of these young people. So the focus here was to ensure that they had skills that they could take with them, that could assist them with, even if they want to earn monies right now, they could do so, or they could develop further and become professionals in their particular skill.
As these young graduates walk away with certificates in hand, they carry more than just new skills. They take with them a renewed sense of purpose and direction. With the continued backing of the Bofamja Foundation and the NSDC, organizers hope this summer's momentum will inspire St. Lucia's youth to keep building, creating and leading the way forward. Reporting for Choice News Now, I am Phoebe Popo.
In similar news, young participants put their newly acquired cosmetology skills to the test as the National Skill Development Center, in partnership with the Bofamja Foundation, brought its annual Youth Exploring Skills Summer Camp to a close on Wednesday, August 13th. Catering to youth aged 12 to 17, the cosmetology module ended on a practical note, with parents stepping into the salon to become the children's first clients. Here's Phoebe Popo once again with this story.
Young participants traded textbooks for styling tools as the National Skills Development Center, in partnership with the Bofamja Foundation, brought its annual Bofamja Exploring Skills Summer Camp to a close on Wednesday, August 12th. The cosmetology workshop ended with a practical showcase as participants aged 12 to 17 put their newly acquired skills to the test by treating their parents as their first official clients. Beyond hairstyling and beauty techniques, the program emphasized professional standards, including sanitation, infection control, and safe use of equipment. Organizers say the initiative also promotes self-confidence, individuality, and an appreciation for natural features, while equipping young people with practical skills that could eventually provide a pathway to entrepreneurship and financial independence.
Today is actually going to be culminating part of our summer program with the Bofamja. And what we're having right now, we chose to highlight the introduction to cosmetology class today. So as you could see, we've had an open day concept where right now we have parents are actually coming in and they're able to see the skills that their kids have developed over the summer. So right now we have parents coming in, they're getting their manicures done, pedicures done, you know, you could definitely see there's some excitement.
Davidil Bernard, a mother, expressed satisfaction with the work being undertaken by the NSDC and the positive impact the program has had on young participants.
My experience with the summer students doing the cosmetology program with NSDC has been remarkable. I am pleased with the service that they are offering, the course that they've been taught. I'm pleased to see that what they've been taught, they're applying it today. Look, I'm having a pedicure done by my daughter, and I'm very pleased, thanks to NSDC.
Aidan Joseph, father of two participants, praised the program for the valuable skills and guidance it has provided to his daughters.
Well, I am very proud of them. I'm very proud of the work that the instructors have been doing with them. They've been really enhancing the scope of skills that they have. They have increased their possibilities of what they can do. So I'm really happy at what I'm seeing.
Joseph trusts that seeing success stories will encourage more families to sign their children up.
you get so much more. You get a bigger picture of what the children are capable of. You give them more possibilities, more opportunities to be able to make it in the world.
For these young participants, the camp provided more than just a creative summer outlet. It offered a first step towards mastering a trade, building confidence, and securing a future in a high-demand market. Reporting for Choice News Now, I am Phoebe Popo.
This is Choice News Now Prime. More news after the break.
We could do something with that extra space downstairs.
You mean where your 25-year-old nephew refuses to leave?
Stop it, Eddie. I mean, the actual space. Fresh paint, new furniture.
An eviction notice?
We could fix it up properly, okay?
Okay, turn it into a rental. Make some extra money. I just don't want a second mortgage.
It's not a second mortgage. HomeFlex gives you a $50,000 line of credit using the freed up value in your home. You use what you need and pay down what you use over time. You can also use it for investments or even pay for your vacation.
And when is your vacation here ending?
Ask about a BOSL HomeFlex line of credit today.
Auntie, call me when food ready.
BOSL HomeFlex. Unlock your home's potential.
Life is full of tough choices. This one shouldn't be one of them. Wait, 9 pieces for $35? That's crazy. But do I need KFC today? I mean, I had it. When did I last have KFC? Oh yeah, that was a good day. Okay, wait. If I don't buy it, someone else will. And what if they take the last bucket? Yep, right decision. Definitely right decision. KFC Crazy Tuesday, because some deals are too good to resist.
Welcome back. Over the past several weeks, children from communities across Gros-Islet have been enjoying the sea, sun, and outdoors through a summer camp organized by three brothers and their family restaurant with support from Rise St. Lucia. The organizers say the initiative continues a long-standing tradition of giving back to the community while creating meaningful experiences for young people. Choice TV spoke with the brothers about the inspiration behind the camp and what the initiative means to them. Sienna Dalso tells us more.
Throughout the first 2 weeks of August, her Gros-Islet Town restaurant, her Bros and Sons Seaview Bar and Kitchen, organized and hosted a water sports summer camp that reached a total of 90 children from communities in Gros-Islet, as well as the rest of the island. The initiative, supported by Rise St. Lucia, was described by the organizers as a modest undertaking meant to pass on a tradition to children from the area of supervised and safe enjoyment of the sea throughout the summer vacation. The kayaking, sailing, surfing, and open water swimming were some of the sports that the children were exposed to from early August till their graduation on Thursday the 13th. The eldest of the three brothers facilitating the camp, Haji Al-Sid, expressed pride in creating the experience as a way of giving back to and supporting the children in his community.
Well, it's been great. You know, the kids are happy, they're enjoying the time, they're freeing up. That's the time they could never forget, trust me. Yeah, and like, different of them learning how to do the hobby cats, you know, the kayaking, windsurfing. We had some sails as well.
As boatsmen, the facilitators found it important to build confidence in navigating the sea among the campers.
It's all part of just having fun, you know. Like he said, that's what we've been growing up to, you know, this program. And it died off after a while, so, you know, we just decided to bring it back, you know, for the kids to have their memories of their own, you know, build their confidence in the sea, because a lot of them are very scared of the water and stuff, so, you know, they want to learn how to swim, sail, surf and stuff, so it's all part of that right now there.
Ale Ashby said he was blown away by the number of children participating in the camp throughout the weeks.
To be honest, it's been real great. Well, the expectations was overwhelmed. We didn't expect to have so much training, but at the end of the day, we came together and we just made it happen.
For Haji, the camp's success stood as an example of the positive impact that can be made by those whose society tends to harbor low opinions and expectations of.
I putting out the positive vibes right now to show them like we not on no bad vibes. It's good positive vibes with the kids, you know. They always say get to use this is the most, you know, Rasta that, and look that. And watch that right now. We're making it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you haven't gotten the chance to say that you want to say?
Well, not really. I'm just grateful and happy. I just hope the children will go home and, you know, talk to their parents and talk to friends about it. So next year it's going to be bigger and better.
For Choice News Now, I am Sienna Dalto.
CPL cricket fever is building as the St. Lucia Kings begin a series of home matches before their local fans. With expectations high for the season ahead, Choice News took to the streets to find out what supporters are hoping to see from the Kings this year. Here's what the people had to say.
Well, I am supporting the St. Lucia Kings. It's my team. I know we have a young team, but I want the team to put less stress on the bowlers because they don't have a strong bowling lineup. So they need to go out there and score some good runs. At least the bowlers can defend that because we have a young bowling team. And the message to Akim Ogis, you need to get serious. You know, you cannot. It's not because you think your pick is short. You need to go out there and score. You have been paid to do a job. Go out there and do the job. Go out there and score runs. You cannot have a start and not continuing from there. You have to score runs and make St. Lucians proud.
And expecting that we'll win the championship this year come around. I think we're strong enough to do that. Only that I think the captain did the wrong thing in batting first. Being in a place where the support was stronger, I think it would have been better if he had decided to bat last.
For them to win and, you know, make us proud, make St. Lucian proud.
Well, I want them to win all the matches, especially Darren Sabi. He have a lot of experience, so I want him to give the St. Lucian support and for them to win the matches.
I watch, I will see. I don't watch no game yet. I haven't gone to any game. So tonight, I'm going in the stadium, I'm going to check me back tomorrow, I'm going to tell you what's going on. You understand? But I don't know St. Lucia is the best already, so I expect winnings.
St. Lucia, I'm not so impressed with them, so maybe quarterfinals, somewhere around there. Yeah.
So what's the expectation for the team?
For who?
The Lucian team, what's the expectations?
I don't see them doing too well. I do think their batting is on point. Their bowling seems to be okay, but their batting not impressed.
Well, it's not over yet. It's not done yet. We lose one, we win one. We could always bounce back, maybe tonight. We could come back, and win the rest of the games, so I'm not afraid. We still have a chance.
Well, as a defending champion, I think they're expected to go deep in the tournament and possibly win it again because they have the recipe. But as we see with all of the different franchises, it gets very competitive where every teams are balanced. So they still have to go out and play a decent cricket because the St. Lucian fan base is not nothing easy to deal with. So it's one thing the St. Lucian side expected to do is to go out and bring it home. If they don't, they will hear the people.
The news continues after the break with BR Daily. Stay with us.
If you suffer with pain from fibromyalgia, lupus, sickle cell anemia, sciatica, or arthritis, Lockley DeCoste doctor specialists from overseas in St. Lucia will diagnose and treat patients who have been suffering long. Lockley DeCoste specialists will treat the symptoms of stroke, brain injuries, spinal cord injuries with shoulders, elbows, knees, back, and neck pain, even plantar fasciitis being a pain of the past. Lockley DeCoste specialists in St. Lucia EMG tests will measure the damage in neuromuscular disorders and diabetic neuropathy because Lockley DeCoste doctor specialist provides proper diagnosis using the most effective treatment for you to live free of pain.
Courts presents their 2026 all-range event. Be inspired at all Courts stores nationwide. Come see what's new in everyday furniture and appliances. Get a chance to win an Indorama 30-inch stove with appliance purchase of $5,999 or more. Great deals on TVs and wall mounts. Everyday great value on mattresses. Bedroom bundle deals up to 25% off. Be inspired at the Courts 2026 all-range event. Affordable convenience for your home. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Offer ends July 25th, 2026. Conditions apply.
Massey Stores Waterfront is now temporarily closed for renovations for approximately 3 months. You are welcome to continue shopping with us at Massey Stores City Store or Leclerc, where you can enjoy double points on Wednesdays and Fridays, weekly sampling, and ring-a-ding Fridays during the renovations. Thank you for your understanding and continued support of Massey Stores. Our family serving your family.
Welcome back to Choice News Now Prime. Here is PR Daily with Sienna Dalso.
Welcome to PR Daily, your trusted source for the latest press releases, important announcements, community initiatives, and events. I'm your presenter, Sienna Dalso. The government is extending tax relief on solar energy investments as it moves to reduce St. Lucia's dependency on fossil fuels and shield households and businesses from volatile international fuel prices. The 5-year VAT relief, alongside proposed income tax deductions and a new electricity framework, are aimed at making solar power more affordable and accessible. We hear more in this report.
The government is moving to make solar energy less costly for households and businesses as part of a wider push to reduce St. Lucia's dependence on imported fuel. When fuel prices rise overseas, we feel it here at home. So increasing our use of solar and other renewable energy sources can help reduce the vulnerability over time. Government has been helping to soften the impact of higher international energy prices by subsidizing cooking gas and collecting less tax on fuel. So far this fiscal year, those interventions have had an estimated of $44.9 million EC impact on the public finances. Those measures help to cushion the impact when prices rise. But government is also tackling the problem from another direction, helping St. Lucia rely less on imported fuel over time. During Tuesday's sitting of the House of Assembly, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, secured approval for a 5-year extension of VAT relief on specified solar photovoltaic system components and installation services. The VAT relief is only one part of the approach. Government is advancing measures on 3 fronts. The Electricity Act, enacted in July, provides a new framework for households and businesses to generate solar energy. The 5-year VAT extension reduces the tax burden on specified solar photovoltaic system components and installation services. Government is also advancing changes to the Income Tax Act to extend deductions for qualifying expenditure on the purchase and installation of solar photovoltaic systems through 2031. Together, the 3 measures work on different sides of the same challenge. The Electricity Act creates the framework to participate, the VAT relief reduces the upfront tax cost, and the proposed income tax changes provide further relief on the investment.
There is a movement in the entire world, particularly countries that do not produce fossil fuels, to look for alternative means of energy. Mr. Speaker, and these 2 alternative means are usually the sun, solar, or the wind. Mr. Speaker, St. Lucia spends a tremendous amount of foreign exchange on the import of fossil fuels. And Mr. Speaker, anytime there are changes in the oil, in the price of oil, the people of St. Lucia suffer, Mr. Speaker. Fact is, Mr. Speaker, St. Lucia has absolutely no control over the price of fuel. No control over the cost of fuel, Mr. Speaker. And by extension, no control over the price of fuel. So every time there is any instability in the world, the people of St. Lucia suffer.
For households, the measures are intended to reduce some of the costs associated with investing in solar energy. For businesses, lower energy costs can leave more resources for investment and expansion. Greater use of solar energy can also create opportunities for electricians, installers, technicians, and local businesses providing solar energy services.
And I want to say to the people of this country that we will always, in our transition to solar energy, we will always protect the lower income people in this country who can't afford solar panels, etc. We will always protect them, Mr. Speaker. It's our singular duty that we are proud of. In the same way, we are going to support all the institutions that deal with the people in this country who are underserved, who have low income, or who do not enjoy the quality of life that we all want to enjoy.
The move also has a regional dimension. As chairman of CARICOM, Prime Minister Pierre is also championing greater resilience as Caribbean economies face many of the same pressures from imported energy and the rise in global prices. For St. Lucia, the goal is to become less vulnerable each time global fuel prices rise by making it easier and less costly for households and businesses to generate energy from a source the country has in abundance, the sun.
St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited, Lucelec, is strengthening its in-house capacity to maintain and repair critical equipment with the commissioning of its new machine shop at the Cul-de-sac Power Station, an investment expected to improve efficiency and support greater reliability across the electricity system. We hear more in this report.
St. Lucia Electricity Services Limited, Lucelec, has commissioned a new machine shop at its Cul-de-sac Power Station and trained generation department personnel in the use of the facility's equipment, strengthening in-house maintenance capability and supporting the continued reliability of electricity generation. The new machine shop will allow Lucelec's technical teams to carry out a wider range of repair, reconditioning, and fabrication work internally. This includes the use of machine tools to repair, reshape, or manufacture mechanical components to precise dimensions and tolerance, a critical part of maintaining the company's generation assets. The investment is expected to improve the efficiency and responsiveness of maintenance activities by reducing dependence on external machine services and shortening lead times for some maintenance processes. It also supports Lucelec's broader focus on operational efficiency, cost discipline, and reliability as the company continues to invest in the systems, people, and infrastructure required to serve customers in an evolving energy environment. Lucelec Assistant Generation Engineer Lincoln Francis said the new facility gives the generation department greater flexibility in responding to maintenance needs in a more efficient and cost-effective manner.
And as you can imagine, as being part of the power station, we have many devices that have different parts, and those parts, really, to create them, you use some form of machining. So whether we have a breakdown, whether we want to recondition a part, whether we want to make a customized part to make a new tool or to fit on something we already have existing, we're doing all of these things in-house as opposed to going out to contractors, and basically we're cutting down on the lead time for our maintenance processes.
The investment follows the generation department being named Lucelec's 2025 Department of the Year in May, a recognition linked in part to the team's role in helping to maintain reliable electricity supply during periods of major engine overhaul and maintenance activity at the Cul-de-sac Power Station. Training on the new equipment was conducted by engineer Krum Ivanov, whose company supplied the tools. The equipment included a lathe turret milling machine, radial drill, vertical bandsaw, disc sander, and surface grinder. According to Ivanov, a major focus of the training was ensuring the safe and proper use of the machines.
We're going through the machines one by one, so the people are showing quite a lot of interest. They're having questions, which is good. Always questions are good, which means that they care. They want to learn a bit more how the machine is working, what they can do on that machine, the capacity of the machine, and things like that. We will get familiar with the functions of the machines, and we are going through the basically the most important thing is the safety use of the machine, how they can use it safe. So they will have a knowledge probably how to check the machine before they start using it. They will have the knowledge how to pre-check the machine before they start working on it, and after that, when they do the job, how to leave the machine in good condition, make sure that everything is all right, nothing is broken. So the next one, which is going on the job, will start doing it again.
Lucelec says the new machine shop forms part of its ongoing efforts to strengthen internal capability, improve operational efficiency, and support the reliable operation of its generation assets. As the company continues to pursue a more diversified and sustainable energy future, including greater integration and renewable energy over time, maintaining a dependable generation fleet remains essential to ensuring customers receive safe, reliable electricity throughout the transition.
That's all for today's edition of PR Daily. If you have a press release that you want to share with our audience, send us an email at news.choicemedianetwork@gmail.com. Thank you for watching PR Daily. Do stay tuned for more news and updates. Back to you, Kishana.
Thank you, Sienna. It's now time to take a look at the local weather forecast.
Massey Store's waterfront is now temporarily closed for renovations for approximately 3 months. You are welcome to continue shopping with us at Massey Store City Store or Leclerc, where you can enjoy double points on Wednesdays and Fridays, weekly sampling, and ring-a-ding Fridays during the renovations. Thank you for your understanding and continued support of Massey Stores. Our family serving your family.
Maka chosu buda mi baba dama ay ya kremi mo passe immigration nga ko police to chebe mo ha wa ti bai mo fi no este son match
la jamo vre nga fa como bobol kuma.
People who know me look at me as being a humble little guy, you know.
Choma ba mi lady ma di se kuma se bai mun to hai
moi ou pas fait moi pas fait hello excuse me I'm back.
Voice of the People, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Choice TV.
St. Lucia Cruise Port advises the public that the sidewalk along the Vendors Arcade, bordering the John Compton Highway and Jeremy Streets, will be temporarily restricted to facilitate the construction of the new Vendors Arcade. There will be no pedestrian throughway from the newly constructed boardwalk to La Place Carénage during this time. Pedestrians are advised to use the walkway adjacent to the Castries Market and subway. Directional signage and safety barriers will be installed to guide foot traffic and ensure public safety. St. Lucia Cruise Port asks all road users to remain alert, exercise caution when navigating the area, follow posted instructions, and cooperate with on-site personnel. St. Lucia Cruise Port apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause.
Welcome back. Here's Sienna Dalso once again with our regional news package.
Welcome to the regional news package. I'm your presenter, Sienna Dalso. In a new development following Guyana's MV Berrima tragedy, HGP-TV has obtained a series of reports that seem to present a history of urgent requests for equipment replacement and repairs, as well as indications of equipment malfunction and failure. As investigations continue, this development begs the question of whether these requests had been heeded before the MV Berrima departed the port on that fateful day of July 18th. We hear more from HGP-TV's Travis Chase.
A series of internal records which appear to show concerns over mechanical and electrical defects aboard the MV Berrima were repeatedly documented months before the vessel's deadly July disaster have been obtained by HGP Nightly News. The handwritten reports dating from November 2025 through March 2026 identify problems ranging from an out-of-service generator and leaking engine exhaust to overheating machinery, defective cooling equipment, deteriorated batteries, and other repair requirements. Several of the requests were expressly described as urgent. Taken together, the records paint a picture of a vessel for which repeated requests for repairs and replacement equipment were being generated in the months preceding the tragedy. One of the most significant documents is dated November 30, 2025. It describes the number 1 generator aboard the MV Barima as out of service, reportedly because a water pump was not working and needed to be repaired or replaced. The report specifically asks that the defect be treated urgently. The document also carries a notation directing the outstanding generator defect be addressed. Another report from the same date requests attention to the vessel's port main engine heat exchanger or cooler, stating that it was operating at a high temperature. The handwritten document records temperatures of approximately 179 to 203 degrees Fahrenheit and asks that the development be treated urgently. A separate November 30 report called for welders to address a leaking exhaust on the starboard main engine, stating that exhaust gases were leaking into the engine room while the engine was operating. The shore chief engineer's handwritten response on that document also called for the defect to be attended to urgently. Another document describes an electrical incident aboard the vessel while it was alongside the Port Kaituma landing on November 28, 2025. According to that report, the lights on the vessel went out. Checks allegedly found that the connecting wire inside the changeover panel from the shore current to the generator had burnt out, while a connector was described as being completely burnt, making reconnection impossible. The crucial questions are: which defects were repaired, when those repairs were completed, who certified the work, and whether any remained outstanding when the vessel sailed in July. The Guyana government has said that an estimated 179 persons were aboard the MV Barima when it sank. 73 bodies have now been recovered, with 69 of them positively identified. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Antigua and Barbuda's parliament has passed the Visiting Forces Bill of 2026, creating the legal framework for foreign military and security personnel who will be brought in to assist with security for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM. Antigua and Barbuda is preparing to make history in November as the smallest country ever to host the event. We hear more from Alicia George with ABS News.
Antigua and Barbuda is getting ready to host CHOGM. It is the smallest country ever to host one of the Commonwealth's biggest gatherings, and that means increased foreign military and security personnel working alongside our own forces.
But if something goes wrong, who has the power to investigate, prosecute, and hold a Foreign Service member accountable? That is one of the key questions addressed by the Visiting Forces Bill, and the answer is, it depends.
Now, in most cases, if a Foreign Service member commits an offense while in Antigua and Barbuda, the courts here have primary jurisdiction, but the new law says there are exceptions.
If the alleged offense involves the security or property of the foreign country or another member of its force, the Foreign Military Court can have primary jurisdiction, and either side can waive that right, allowing the other country to deal with the case.
The bill also sets out when foreign personnel can be arrested. The Defense Force here has the authority to arrest and hand them over once their own military gives permission.
But the bigger issue is immunity. Foreign personnel are protected from local, criminal, and civil proceedings for actions carried out as part of their official duties. That does not mean they are automatically above the law. But if Antigua and Barbuda wants to prosecute or take civil action over an act covered by that immunity, the foreign government would have to waive it. The bill also allows visiting personnel to carry firearms, ammunition, and explosives while performing their duties, provided they have been authorized to do so by their own service authorities. And what if a member of the public is injured or property is damaged? The bill provides a process for compensation claims. But it also places limits on directly enforcing judgments against foreign personnel for actions carried out in their official capacity. There are also special rules for deaths involving visiting force personnel. In certain circumstances, a local coroner must suspend an inquest unless the Justice Minister directs otherwise. Foreign forces can bring equipment and supplies into Antigua and Barbuda without paying duty or tax. So the Visiting Forces Bill creates a legal framework for foreign military and security personnel to operate here.
But it also creates clear distinction between local and foreign jurisdiction, and in some cases gives foreign personnel immunity for actions carried out during their official duties. Alicia George for ABS News.
Research funded by the British High Commission of Port of Spain to help Trinidad and Tobago get on a path to net zero in 2 key areas has now been handed over to the government. One research report pertains to waste, and the other surrounds agriculture, forestry, and other land usage. A call to action has been made, with the initial step in the 3-phase plan being a meeting of various stakeholders towards data gathering. TV6 News TNT's Alicia Boucher has the details.
The pathways to net zero for the wastewater sector and the pathways to net zero for the agriculture, forestry and other land use or AFLU sector reports are now in the hands of the government. British High Commissioner to TNT John Dean says more resilient communities and economies, food security and the creation of opportunities for the future generation are reliant on converting ambition into action. These issues are compounded by climate change, and so the Commission pulled out the funds to devise the 2 action plans. Dean says the country is poised to act from a position of advantage.
They start from a position of opportunity. As they outline, Trinidad and Tobago already has significant natural assets in its forests, wetlands and ecosystems, which remove more carbon from the atmosphere than the sector emits.
The reports, done in collaboration with the Ministry of Planning and Development and the Environmental Management Authority, looked at the differences between Trinidad and Tobago, and tailored action plans were developed. The extensive research done by Consulting Engineers and Associates Limited spanned 6 months. It involved legislative and institutional assessments, international benchmarking, scenario modeling, and stakeholder engagement across diverse sectors: private, public, academia, indigenous interest groups, national and multinational agencies, to name a few. In Trinidad, data collection gaps and operating in silos were major problems in treating with waste and AFLU, which is linked to carbon sinks and greenhouse gas emissions.
The issue is execution as an integrated system. Tobago's smaller scale makes speedy, visible action possible, but it also requires capacity, staffing, training, and institutional support.
The reports focus on turning methane into a financial resource through initiatives like recycling, separation, materials recovery, and composting. And for AFLU, protecting and verifying carbon sinks and seeking climate financing. The reports are broken up into 3 horizons, spanning the 2050 net zero timeline. In Horizon 1, the aim is to gather the data to influence the transformation period.
Horizon 2, 2031 to 2040. That's when we expect to have the most gains. By then, we should have a pipeline of projects that are deemed bankable, that is, they are ready for FID or financial investment decisions and are well underway.
According to Roper, many of the projects at present do not meet the standards 13 international funding, stymieing execution. He is pushing for the enabling of Horizon 1.
And we would propose that within the next 3 to 6 months, we all get together to confirm this mission board approach, ask the questions, ensure that it's clear, absolutely clear, and understand the reporting relationships and the data sharing.
Alicia Boucher, TV6 News.
And that's all for the regional news package. Back to you, Kishana.
Thank you, Sienna. Our final segment is right after the break. Stay with us.
Massey Store's waterfront is now temporarily closed for renovations for approximately 3 months. You are welcome to continue shopping with us at Massey Store's City Store or Leclerc, where you can enjoy double points on Wednesdays and Fridays, weekly sampling, and ring-a-ding Fridays during the renovations. Thank you for your understanding and continued support of Massey Stores. Our family serving your family.
every building pulses with its own life and energy. Let's ensure yours shines with health and vitality. Lewis Industries infuses life into every corner of your buildings with tailored cleaning solutions. From conquering mold and mildew, restoring floors to their former glory, to meticulous post-construction cleanups, washroom sanitizations, and caring for delicate fabrics and upholstery, our comprehensive services covers all your building cleaning needs. Create an environment that boosts productivity and leaves a lasting impression, because clean is not just an appearance, but a performance. Bring your workspace to life with Lewis Industries. Call us at 450-4060 or visit us at www.lewisindustries.ltd.com to schedule your professional cleaning service today.
Welcome back. Before we end the broadcast, there is our update. A cat named Toast Malone has survived a devastating apartment fire in Utah after spending more than 3 days trapped inside the burned-out building. The blaze, reportedly caused by a mechanical issue, rapidly engulfed the 5-story structure near Salt Lake City, forcing nearly 200 residents and their pets to evacuate. Toast, however, disappeared behind a washing machine as the flames spread, leaving his owners with no choice but to flee without him. Firefighters battled the blaze for roughly 60 hours, and as more time passed, hopes of finding Toast alive began to fade. More than 72 hours after the fire started, rescuers discovered the black and gray cat alive inside a closet, one of the few areas that survived the inferno. Despite heavy smoke and the massive amount of water used to fight the fire, Toast emerged wet, cold and frightened, but otherwise healthy. Animal Services officers also helped rescue and reunite several other displaced pets with their families. And with that, we come to the end of our primetime newscast. On behalf of the entire Choice TV family, thank you for staying with us. Stay tuned for more quality programming on Choice TV.
Reste só no mato.